Now, some students of the University of Cape Coast want school authorities to find lasting solutions to the perennial flooding challenges they face at hostel communities around the school. Sometime last week, a viral video of a female student who, on a makeshift wooden board being aided to cross a stagnant rainwater, was circulating on the internet, with many criticizing the school authorities for doing little to change the narrative. Central Regional Correspondent Calvin Sete has more in this report.
I'm here at the University of Cape Coast. Earlier this week, there was a viral video of some students using a makeshift board to cross from one end of their hostels to lecture theatres. According to some of the students, this is a struggle. We also saw them using this makeshift bridge currently where I'm standing. Tonight on the ChannelOne newsroom, we'll speak to students and the struggles they go through in accessing various lecture theatres.
It's sometimes very appalling because with the recent downpour of rain, we saw a video whereby a lady was being pushed on a board by kids, which is actually damaging to the publicity of the school also, and it's also affecting the student population. Students having to go through the hectic scenario of moving from Ayensu all the way to Science back to Shatawale is very, very bad. So ideally, if I live around, definitely this is the preferable route I'll use, okay? And time constraint also, because it rained for almost the whole day. Okay, with this, you don't expect me to actually leave my hostel in the rain to Science and back to this place. So I'd rather choose an alternate route, which I feel is shorter. Okay, so some of these things I think should be taken into consideration by the higher authorities.
As you can see, we find it difficult passing this route because of the water. They fixed the bridge some time ago, but because of the water, it's just destroyed the bridge. So now we kind of find it difficult. We have to pass the long way before we get to class. We can't pass this route. Down, you can fall inside the water, obviously. You know, it's just like probably a challenge right now, and then I do hope they'll fix it soon.
I'm not sure parents will be happy seeing their boards go through this kind of challenge. It's a bit risky using it at night because I have actually witnessed a scene where students were attacked using this place. Actually, they went to study and they were returning and they were attacked. So if students need to come writing quiz early morning or even ending lecture late in the evening, and they have to come and use this, which is a bit scary. And security-wise, it is something else. I think it is not something that we are all happy about. Yeah, and we all will be happy if this place is being well constructed for us. You can see there are lots of hostels around, and we stay here just because we can get to campus right on time. So if the place can be constructed, everybody comes here, we all be happy. Because at long last, when we are late to lectures, they're going to sack us. So if the place is being constructed and we can get to our lecture on time, it will help and even improve academic excellence.
In your shot, we see students of the University of Cape Coast, particularly in the Ayensu area, struggling to use a piece of wood that is connecting to their hostels and back to the lecture theatres. Using this piece of wood is a bit dangerous in the sense that students can fall off. The process also leads to delay in lectures, as some students have to wait in line to get their turn to use that portion of the bridge. Some are still waiting in line because if care is not taken, some might slip over and fall in the water just beside it. So some of them are just waiting in line just by the shoulder of the makeshift bridge for others to just go, and then they can also follow up. These students who are coming our directions are the ones going for lectures, and those whose backs are facing us are the ones going to their hostels just after lectures. But it is dangerous in the sense that this is a makeshift bridge and one can slip over and possibly hurt him or herself if care is not taken. The scarcity of hostels around the Amamoma and other adjoining communities, which are university communities around the university, makes it difficult for students to even get access to hostels. This has also led to the price hikes in hostels. Just behind me is one of the hostels, and the condition there doesn't look good. According to some student executives I spoke to, hostel authorities are building on waterways, making the situation different when it rains.
UCC ni afladi no, Monsha, the hostels, no so my boarding hostel no. Yeah, the man, one in a room, 7,000, two in a room, 5,000 per head. More.
There are most hostels that are built on government ways that are not supposed to be built there, and these hostels are also causing flood to various students on campus. For example, a student will go and pay an amount of let's say 4,000 for a hostel, and that same students will be suffering from flood. It means it's bad. So I think this hostel managers too has to be held responsible for all this thing that is going on. So I think government should also come into this and also compensate students that have been affected by this flood too.
Does the rain go to the extent of going to some of the hostels?
Oh yeah, most of them. I think the video that is going viral, you can see for yourself that most of the hostels are being affected by the rain.
For the hostel prices, that's one of the major concerns here currently in UCC campus. Because imagine a student paid 3,500, like one in the room last year. And this year, for you to notice, they've increased it to 6,500 or 5,500.
That is double the price.
That's double the price, 100% increment. I had a friend who paid 3,000 last year. This year, the restaurant manager returned and said they are paying 6,500 per head, which is massive increment. And most of the students are having challenges with this aspect. Because in the price they are charging, compared to what the hosts are charging, there's massive differences. UCC need more accommodations. We need hostels, halls, to limit the challenges of the hostel prices being increased. And it seems the university doesn't have more control on these hostels. So if they're increasing it, they don't care about the students. What they care about is their well-being of the hostel managers and the owners. Last year, it was increased, but this year was massive, and it's very worried.
We understand there is another alternative from Ayensu that connects to science, to the various lecture theatres on campus. But students say this alternative is quite long, and for that matter, they cannot use that alternative. School authorities, however, say they are not aware of the situation, and they expect the Student Representative Council to accordingly inform them. For students within the university community, residing in communities such as Kwapro, Amamoma, and Ayensu, it is their hope that a bridge will be constructed for them to have access to the various lecture theatres. However, they are hoping that conditions of service in the various hostels will be better. Calvis Tete, Channel One News, Cape Coast.